Okay, so the intervention continues, right? These ego deflating sessions. And how will they be especially powerful is when you recall how your soul is contaminated from the sins of youth. So if someone's like, I did tshuva, it's over, I'm fine. Like, I can be complacent in my relationship with God. Like, God and I are good, you know? And it's like, oh yeah? Like, Aldra was like, okay, we're going to bring back your past sins. Once again, this is not a tactic that we do in this generation. We splinter our ego through simcha, through joy. Firstly, the damage that was caused in the upper world by the sins of youth persists, since in the upper world, time poses no limits, right? So here's this person thinking, God and I are fine, I did tshuva a long time ago. In the upper world, that damage is still there. And in the absence of time to distinguish one day from the next, it is as if you would actually defile yourself and cause this damage today, God forbid. Because in the higher worlds, like, time is very different. And so in a way, it's like your sin is being acted out in this exact moment. And that's going to cause the person that initial urge for tshuva that they felt when they did tshuva in the past. It's reawakening that tshuva. We are reawakening those feelings of I'm far and I want to come close. Second idea here is that your tshuva needs an update. Just like we constantly mature throughout life. And therefore, like, I did the best tshuva I could at that moment, but now that I have more emotional maturity, I have more breath, I need to bring that to my tshuva. And currently, my tshuva needs an update because it's not keeping me in line. It's not keeping those godly emotions alive and well. I now just feel like I'm in this complacency, and so I needed a tshuva update. And it's not like my tshuva wasn't good in the past. It's that now I have the ability to revisit it and revamp those motions of like regretting disconnecting from God and wanting to be close to God. And that's exactly what we want. We want this person who's having complacency, tuntim olev, this spiritual blockage of the heart. We want them to feel something like, yes, God, I want to be close to you. I'm far, and yes, I want to come close. God wants to lift you to a higher level of tshuva, right? This isn't a punishment. It's an upgrading. We're upgrading the emotional component so that it's deeper within the heart. Meaning that was the best I could really feel at that time, and now that I'm in a more mature place, I've developed emotionally, now I can really realize, whoa, the God that I sinned against. Now, even I'm more intellectually developed, so I can appreciate the God that I sinned against, and I can appreciate how painful it is to be far from God, and I can appreciate how I want to be close to God. Therefore, I can do a deeper, more thorough tshuva. And this is why King David said, my sin is always before me. Psalms 51. Since even the acceptable tshuva of the past can always be upgraded, thereby having a greater impact on my life. So that is like this knock on this person who is having this complacency is like, okay, you think you're fine with God? Go revisit your tshuva, right? And that's going to help this person wake up from this amnesia of thinking that everything's fine when really, tuntum olev spiritual blockage, this emotional spiritual blockage is a real spiritual danger. I know I've said it, I'm going to keep saying it. The way we do this in this generation is through simcha. Like we can splinter and crush the ego. That is not allowing the soul to shine through with harshness. We can also do it with joy from a state of expansiveness. So we have to have our dance parties. We have to get ourselves so happy, not like a normal joy. Okay, I'm going to smile a little bit. Like, no, we have to go out, follow full. As intense as this intervention is as intense and not more so the joy we need to have to splinter this ego and allow our true selves, our godly soul to flow through.